Alrighty, here we go. Let's talk about the Ford. The Ford out there. Everybody knows that I prefer Dodge, but that's okay. Let's take a look at the Ford chart. First of all, there is absolutely no question that this thing is bullish. It is absolutely no question at all that it's bullish. If we take a look at the weekly chart, there we go. We have a fantastic bullish chart pattern up here. A nice little rise, a nice little rest, and this week has been fantastic pushing up. Move up into this top right in here. What is this date? August 19th, 2022, give or take a day or two in that week. About $16.20 is what I'm looking for on the next target. Once we cross that, then there's blue sky up here until we start getting up into these areas. Now let's take a look at the daily. So I want to address a question or a comment, okay? A comment being that Ford is a buy when it pulls back to $13.90 because that is the recent low. You guys have all heard me say this. You can not trade that way. That is no way to trade because, first of all, you have no clue that it's going to pull back there. And the second clue is if it pulls back there, that turns this into a very trashy chart, a horrible chart. Let's think about this. If this chart was to pull back, boom, 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 that is not a good chart. And then if the bulls start coming in, that may look good, but now we're going to fight a head and shoulders up here. So we don't want it to pull back to 1390. We want it to keep going up. But we know that charts just don't go up forever. This is why I say follow trend and follow price. Let's talk about price for a second. Price is not just the candlestick. Price is not just a daily chart or a 5-minute chart. Price is what is happening right in here. So let's take this back. Let's go backwards a little bit. You see how this pulled back? By the logic of, well, it's a buy if it moves back to 1390. That's like saying, well, if this pulls back to, I don't know, the breaking out of the 200 period moving average, you don't want it to pull back. You want it to keep going. And if it did pull back here, again, that would be a trashy chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the trend. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let's do it this way. We're going to follow the trend. Now, you guys know me. I'm going to use those green dots. That's just the 17 exponential moving average. There is no magic behind it other than I focus all my trades around that. That's all. You don't even have to use a moving average. You can just use the trend if you want. But now what we're looking for is we want this to pull back just like it did here, because we don't want to buy it up here. Now, let me stop for a second. If you're investing in Ford, in all honesty, buy every dip. I mean, if you're looking at a long-term commitment, if you're investing, then hey, buy Ford. But if you're trading Ford, you want to wait till the timing is right. Being up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bullish days is not a good reason to be buying Ford, which that's not the problem. What we want is Ford to pull back. Give us a little rest. Let Ford pull back. So all I can do at this point is kind of guess because I don't know what the pullback's going to look like. But let's just assume something like this happens. And by the way, that trend line really doesn't matter. It really does not matter because what we're going to wait for is the bulls to step in, and then we can put our stop in here. So what if whoever's listening to this video or in the room right now, what if you're still hung up on me saying, well, that line doesn't matter? It doesn't. Because what if it just keeps doing this? That line doesn't matter. Price could care less that line is there. Only people care that that line is there. The chart does not care. Ford does not care. Only people. So follow the people. And we're going to wait until, which not down there, that's for sure. We're going to wait till those buyers step in. And I can't say this is where it's going to be. I can't say this is how it's going to pull back. For all I know, it could actually just move sideways like this. And then the bulls step in. And that might be a clue that that next leg is going. And then we could put our stop in right in here. Okay? So, as we look at this chart, we're going to look for targets. Targets is resistance. Resistance is targets. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at, I'm just going to look at the major ones. There's a lot of minor ones along the way. Let's just look at the major. And right in here, about $16.20. Peaks and valleys and consolidation. That's resistance. That's targets. So I'm still looking for this to move up. But we're all grown-ups. We all know that this cannot keep going without taking a breath. So let it take a breath. Let it breathe. Let it rest. And then we'll look for that entry. Again, there's no question this is bullish. And it will be bullish until it's no longer bullish. And we'll know that when price breaks down. When price breaks down, okay? One other thing I wanted to say on this. Now I can't remember it. Doggone it. Oh yeah, here it is. One more thing, that we need to pay attention to the overall market. Because what will happen is if the, and I tend to follow the SPY and the FNGU or the Qs, that would work too. But if you follow this and all of a sudden something like this starts to happen, I don't care how good you think Ford is, the probabilities is that Ford's going to fall with it. Just like the probabilities about 99% of everything you have in your account will fall. Not, you know, it may not become trash, but it certainly is going to pull back with the overall market if the overall market breaks out. So keep that in mind. So as we look at Ford, Ford, there we go. As we look at Ford, keep an eye on that market. Again, they could build a car that goes around the world on one charge up. If the market fails, this is going to fail with it. And we're going to watch for that. And it's just like a buy signal. We want the market to be on our side when this starts to swing back up. Now, this is, again, this is for trading. If you're looking for an investment, hey, Ford is a fantastic investment. Beautiful chart. I want to go back to that weekly chart. And what a gorgeous chart there. We've got a Fig Newton chart pattern here. We would call this a Fig Newton chart pattern or a Doji continuation chart pattern. Absolutely gorgeous. But we want to time our buys, and we want to wait for that, you know, that perfect time. Anyway, sorry, I'm starting to ramble now. I apologize. Thank you, everybody, for letting me make this video. I'll get this produced and sent out. Appreciate it. Everyone take care. I'll be right here, though.